What's up, collectors? P Rockzilla back again, and today we're gonna be doing a 6K review, and this is gonna be an oldie but goodie figure. This is the Hot Toys DX-16 Darth Maul from the Episode 1 Phantom Menace. Now I know the movie wasn't the best one out there, but this figure was one of the best figures out there for Hot Toys in my opinion, and one of the figures I really wanted to get in my collection. But at that time, I wasn't fully invested into Hot Toys. I kind of missed out on this guy. Good thing was I was able to pick up the solo version as a replacement for him to have in my collection. I wanted to have all the Sith Lords from all the movies in my collection. So that's the solo Maul is a good figure, awesome figure, but I still wanted to get this one, and I'm super happy I was able to find him for a reasonable price from a good collector who took good care of him. Unfortunately, it's not the one with the speeder bike, but being a collector as I've been collecting so long, sometimes you gotta basically be okay with, getting what you can get at the time. Not, unfortunately you can't get everything you want to get. It's hard to find someone or someone who's willing to sell the figure to you at a reasonable price, but I was able to knock this guy out the park and get this guy in my display, in my collection, for a good price. So let's get the review started. Dale. Now, if you don't have this figure, I'm just gonna let you know right now, this is a big box. I mean, has good weight to it too, so try to get it all into the frame, man. Not able to really do that at the moment, so I'll do my best to show you the box. But as you get to see, you get the Sideshow exclusive right there in the top. Then you have the Darth Maul DX-16 there. Hot Toys DX sign inside, right there. Nothing there in the side, just a Star Wars. In the back, you get all the information of the people who participated on creating this awesome figure. All the legal information right there on the side. And then nothing in the front or the top or bottom. But it does have a slip cover. So when you take the slip cover off, you are treated with an awesome display or picture of Darth Maul there. It's like some kind of red foil. Looks awesome. I love the patterns right here on the side. That face right there. Oh, look at that. That looks cool as heck. That's the pose I want to probably get my final pose. Having that menacing look with his chin down, looking forward, looking up to you. Kind of if you see him in the UFC fight ring. That's how he will look at you across the ring. Put the nerves in you. So you back here, you get the same information. And then over here, you get the Disney DX6. And then, last but not least, you go ahead, open up this flap. You get a little description of Darth Maul right there on the side, right here. Box is heavy. I'm trying to lift this. Get this cool little pendant of Darth Maul right there. Just lift that up. As you can see, got a nice little pendant, Darth Maul on the side. And there you have the figure. So we'll go ahead and get the figure out. Actually, let's go ahead and look at the stuff on the side. So I can put this over here real quick. And let's just see. Yeah, so everything is in there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the figure out so we can take a closer look at everything that comes in the box. So once we get that slip cover off, this is what you're greeted with. So let's go ahead and take everything out real quick just to show you where everything's at. So on this first portion right here, you have the figure along with the two S-scopes. And you have the hologram and the figure right there. Underneath, and on the side of that, you have his cape right here, or his robe. Everything's right there for the robe. And then on the side of here, you have another sheet, and you remove this sheet. You have all the accessories. You have all the separate hands, the wrist guards, or the sleeves for the cape, whatever you want to call it. His lightsaber, other pieces here. You get everything there on this clamshell. And you put that down, and if you remove this portion, all right. See, this is what a DX should be look like, with all these accessories. And then under here, you get the base. It's kind of like the same base, the same shape of the base they did with the solo one. And then you get the little trooper, the little scout thing right there, up there. So all right, so we'll go ahead and get everything out. So we can take a closer look at everything that comes in the package in better detail. So this DX16 comes with so many accessories that I couldn't even actually fit everything on the screen. If you look above, you do have the base with the stand and the grabber. So people know what that looks like, right? I'll go over it real quick, but I kind of threw it up there because most people already know what that looks like. So as always, let's look at the figure first. As you can see, Darth Maul looks amazing. To me, this is one of the best looking characters in the Star Wars lore. It's a shame that they... Oh, wait. Is that a defect there? What's going on? Not sure what that is. Like a little white spot there, but it's alright. Let's have a little paint there. I'm not sure what that is. But I was saying, he was one of the best looking characters. Too bad, you know, the way they didn't really use him as much. And I know they regret it because you can see him now more of the other shows that kind of brought him back. And always talks about him being in the solo movie show. So, as you can tell, there's still love and following for this character. Which is why I think it was a mistake that they killed him so early. Because he just looks awesome. As you can see, perfectly looks just like him. This is pleather right here on the waist. So you do have pleather there. And at this, about it, yeah. So that's awesome. And you don't have to worry about too much treatment. Just around the waist. The head is magnetic. You just basically put it on there, so it gives you all kinds of range of articulation. So with that in mind, let's go over articulation. So the head can do the 3 Exorcist 360. He can look up. And if you look at the back of the eyes, he does have the piers. You can move the eyes around. And that's what this tool right here is for. You use this to move the eyes around. I don't deal with those too much unless, you know, I'm not big on photography, so I can see if you're doing photography why you would want those to use that. But I tend to leave my eyes just straight ahead. All right, so the arm does go up. A little loose there, but it's fine. Arms do go all the way up. A little bit hinder with the suit, but not much. So you could get a T-pose. You do have bend at, feels like at the shoulder. Yep, so at the shoulder you have the bend. You do get the full bend at the elbows. The plastic little pleather pieces right here were removed. As you guys know from the solo Maul, it tends to give issues with the hand staying on. I'll try to see if this is any different, but I'll mess around with that. So you do get bend at the elbows, like I said there. You get bend at the shoulder. You do get wrist articulation. You do, if you gotta mess around with this, you could kind of articulate inward and outward. And that's what that little pleather piece right there is for. Kind of covers that up. This piece right here. So normally this would be under there. So it kind of covers when you want to articulate this wrist. It kind of helps cover the joint there. But it is kind of a pain because, like I said, the hands don't peg in fully. All right. So you could go down. And it does have, seems like ratcheted joints. Yep. So the way this one moves is kind of weird. Let's see this one right here. So you could move up. You are a little hindered with the cloth underneath. These joints. I don't know if these joints are supposed to be that loose, but we'll find out. So you could move all the way up. You can't really go too much back. So kind of hinder articulation at the range of motion on the shoulder. Of how far and how up you can go. Mostly because I think it's the suit. So you see there, you're trying to push that up, it's getting attached, caught there. All right, so we do, let's see if we get any waist. You get waist articulation, minimum because of the belt and the suit. All right, so he can go decent far back, not too much far back. And he gets decent ab crunch. Nothing special. The legs, let's see how the legs go. Let's put these arms up. And let's see how far the legs can go. This right here, this cloth part right here, these all have bendy wires on it in some form of way. As you can see there, you can bend it just like the solo one. So it's like they use a lot of the same technology and ideas from the solo one to this one. So while we're doing that, oh look at it, it's like a little flower, a little lily pad. Que lindo. Okay, so what we're doing there, you do get articulation at the waist, but you do got to be careful with the pants right here, as you can see. So he probably could do a split, but just limited with the pants going on there. So we have that there. You do get double bended knees. That's good. So you could do the flying knee also. You do get double belted right there. So you get twist. Let's see if we can feel the thigh. I gotta feel the thigh. Yep. So the twist is at the thigh action. So you do get thigh action there. Twist. The legs can go forward, but once again, you're a little bit hindered because of the suit there. So you can't really do a split going back. And I feel like his butt is in the way. So you can't go back too much. And then, is it a split toe? Nope, it's not split toe. All right, so actually, yeah, it is the split toe a little bit. So it's pretty cool what they did there. So this is all together one piece, but you can see the articulation right there. So you do get up and down on the toes and a little bit pivot. You just gotta be careful with that soft plastic right there. So you do get some pivot at the ankle. All right. So he does have some pretty good articulation. My shoulder joints, a little loose, but not sure if that's the way it was, just being pre-owned. But he feels good. Moves up fine. So there we go. We got this little zombie walk going. All right, so there we got Darth Maul. And then we got the second head sculpt right here. So obviously this is the more of the action dynamic pose you want to get with him. And same thing, has a peer system in the back. You can move around the eyes, magnetic, so easy to swap out. Just pull it right off and put it right on. Look, so they both have that mark there. So I'm curious, look at that. They both have that little white spot there. I don't know if this is anything for the show. I gotta look at it again now. You get the nice screaming face. I'm gonna get you. So that's good. Let's put the original head back on. All right, so now we looked at the figure. One thing I do want to mention that it does come with these little peg pieces, and these are intended for the lightsaber. So if you want to have the lightsaber on him, suppose you take either one of these pegs right here, put it into that small hole right there. What that does, it gives you a clip. So you can basically, with that piece there, just attach the clip right here. So this was like back in the day, so it's not magnetic like the newer ones are. So it looks like this is the older technology they did here. So just clip it there. That's how you will keep the lightsaber on attached to his waist. So while you got the lightsabers out, let's go ahead and look at the lightsaber. Now this can detach into a smaller lightsaber or single lightsaber, and that's what this piece right here is for. So when you detach these, you plug this into the bottom of the piece that you're going to use. So it could look like a single lightsaber, kind of like this. See how this is the single lightsaber right here, has this piece at the bottom. That's what this is for. And as we're looking at the lightsaber, this is the light up hand that comes with the single lightsaber. And then this is the one that comes with the double lightsaber. So let's go back to the lightsaber so you can see the nice detail of this lightsaber. Now it is not, wait, is it metal? No, it's a plastic. But it's painted pretty good, looks like metal. When they first introduced this lightsaber with Darth Maul, I was like, oh, that looks so awesome. It was like a kind of like Donatello, like, oh, we got a freaking bow staff type lightsaber. So that was a cool feature for Darth Maul. And then, of course, you get the two of these. This is the action. So when you want to have them kind of like swinging the lightsaber, do like some kind of action scene, you have this so it can give the effect of swinging. You get two of those. And then you also get two of the regular lightsaber. Every time I see these, it kind of reminds me of the Gundam beam sabers. Same thing, plug it in right there. It does go even more flush. Just plug it in right there. And then you can have both sides, and you have the dual lightsaber. All right, so let's put that lightsaber down. He does come with his binoculars. And these are nice. I like the paint. You get the little reflection type glass right there. This is well painted. Looks metal, but it's not metal. You can see the weathering in the bottom. So that's cool. This goes along with this piece. This is the wrist part. So when you're using the telecom thing in the show, in the movie. So we'll show that real quick. So these pieces are for here. So this is basically the swap out for this sleeve. So you get two different ones. You get this one, and then you get this one too. And then you get a whole slew of hands You get 2 of the open force using hands. That's how I got my solo Maul pose. Then you get 1 semi-open hands. I mean 2 pairs of these, or 1 pair of these. Then you get the lightsaber wielding hands. You get 2 of these. Everything's left and right. Then you get 1 right hand closed fist. And then, I'm sorry, left hand closed fist. Then you get a right hand gripping hand. So this could be cool. And then you also get, we went over everything here, extra pegs, wrist pegs. You get the Darth Sidious, yeah, hologram. This is weird because if you look under here, it kind of looks like he has horns. So for a minute, I was like, wait, is that Maul? You get hologram himself. It looks like he has horns right there. And you get the batteries for the lightsabers. You get his robe, which I will show you how to put on. Normally, you would just basically, I'll definitely have that on my final pose. So according to the instructions, basically you just put his hands back, slide the robe on. You can take the head off if you want, since it's magnetic, so it'll be easier to do, but you don't really have to take the head off. Basically just slide it in from backwards. And then once you have it slide in, there's a clip right here. You can see right here, and there's a clip right there. And just clip back on. And the hood does have, is it? Let's see. Is it wired? Some light wiring on the hood. Nothing to write home for. Nothing special. All right, so we got that. And then right here, we have his little scouter pod or bot or droid, whatever you want to call it. It does come with the antenna that attaches right here. Attaches right. Is it there? Somewhere around there. And this attaches to the base right here. So the antenna goes right there. Boom. So you plug the antenna right there. This is pretty cool. It does have his own clear stand, so it looks like it's floating. When you have it displayed, definitely gonna be having this with him. That's a cool feature. And then, last but not least, you get this big ass base. It says Darth Maul there. This is the same base, at least shape wise, that he used for the solo Darth Maul, which is kind of, now that I have both of these, kind of disappointing that they kind of recycled a lot of the pieces from this one and added to that one and call that a DX. So of course, you get the clamp, and you get the Poe. All right, guys, so we went over everything. This guy comes with it a lot. Went over the articulation, limited articulation because of the waist. Shoulder joints feel a little loose, but something I can mess around with. And the hands, everything works fine, perfect, so it's good to go. All right, guys, so let's go ahead, get a size comparison, and then we'll get some final thoughts. Here's Darth Maul's standard default pose with his binoculars in his hand, trying to see who we're going to bring in for size comparison. So let's go ahead and bring a friend of his, or at least it should be an associate of his, and this is going to be the Hot Toys Kylo Ren, another Sith Lord. And there we have Kylo Ren. So obviously Kylo Ren is taller than Darth Maul, which everybody knows. Darth Maul is a shorty, but one of the badass and coolest shorties in the galaxy far, far away. So let's go ahead and bring another Hot Toys, and this is going to be the Hot Toys Boba Fett. As you can see there, Boba Fett stands a little bit taller than Darth Maul. Darth Maul, I guess by the point of his horns, that they're maybe on the same level as Boba Fett, but not really. And last but not least, let's go ahead and bring in 3-0 Glenn from The Walking Dead. So I just wanted to bring in a regular dude in here. See how they look in with this cast of awesome characters. So as you can see there, that's how Darth Maul will fit into your collection. No matter how you got him displayed, just DTOF, module cases, shelf, you get an idea of how he would fit in with your other Hot Toys and other figures in your collection. All right, so let's go ahead and get final thoughts and final poses. Look at my boy Darth Maul coming down with the double lightsaber, slashing any Jedi whoever's going to be in his way. This figure is awesome, man. I'm happy I finally was able to get back to him. I still love the solo version a lot. I love the metal legs on the solo version. But this is the version I really want to get, and I'm super happy I got him. No major issues with him at all so far. Mine does have the loose shoulders. Like I said, I'm not sure because the dude to being pre-owned, or that's just the way the figure was upon release. But it's not loose enough where it's not going to mess my articulation or affect me and my experience with the figure. That screaming head sculpt looks awesome. I would love to try to see if I can swap out. I know I can swap out the head sculpt, the screaming one, and put that on the solo version of Darth Maul. But I know the solo version, he supposedly looks a little bit older, so the horns are a little more detailed, a little bit longer. So I'm not sure if it's going to match right correctly. I still kind of want to mess around with that. I wish that version came with the screaming head sculpt as this one has. But this guy, especially his legs, they articulate great. The pivot on the ankle is good. It's a little limited with that plastic piece there, but it's good enough to get your poses like this. The lightsaber with those dual action lightsaber displays on there, the lightsaber is a little bit heavier, so as you know, just be mindful about that. If you want to keep this pose for a long time, it is going to put some wear on that lightsaber, at least maybe on the pegs. So something to be careful about. The clothes, I love the fact that every little part of his robe can be articulated, as you can see. So I kind of do like the little wind effect where he's coming down from that angle. As you can see, the wind is blowing on the opposite direction that he's coming down from. So as you can see there on the robe, I love the fact that I can get away with that. This guy is just one of the best looking figures, man, and characters in Star Wars, period. Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, I don't know how you cannot like Darth Maul. I know you know, some people don't, but this is a character that just looks awesome. He was meant to be a Sith Lord. He was awesome in the movie. Unfortunately, he died early, but the figure so far is very awesome. And a lot of resemblance to the newer Darth Maul from the Solo movie. So if you had that one, you kind of know what to expect with this one if you falling, if you're going backwards like me. There's the Maul DX-16 next to the Maul from the Solo movie, the newer version on the right hand and the older version on the left. As you can see, the face sculpt is a little, you can't see the horns as much, so I was correct though. Solo Maul, since he's older, his horns are more defined, a little bit thicker. So if I did swap out the angry face or the yelling face with the Solo one, it would look good, but it wouldn't match it perfectly because I would lose out on the horns. But because of that, I'm super happy to have both of these guys. Normally I don't collect two of the same figures or same characters. I'm good with one variation, but this is a big difference in the variation. You can see from the legs are different. And then you can see the face and the horns are different. And basically everything else is almost the same. Like the robe on the DX one, on the Solo one is a little more of a pleather material compared to the cloth on the original DX-16 one. And of course, this one comes with the full robe and hood. This one has the hood and robe attached to the back of him. So I'm happy I got both of these guys now. I'm finally relieved. I have the original Maul in my collection. More likely that's going to be the pose I keep him in, standing next to Vader and Kylo Ren. Now my OCD is showing me, or I'm seeing the blades a little bit crooked on the left-hand side. So I got to mess around with that, because if I keep my display like that, every time I walk by him and see my display, it's going to bother me. And I'll be so tempted to go in there and fix this. So I better fix this before I put him in there. So, people, if you not get this guy, I know he's a little bit harder to get nowadays. I was lucky enough to get him for a good price, and from a known person that I know personally who wouldn't, do me wrong. So if you could get that route or get him at a cheaper price, I would definitely recommend it, as he definitely is a cool figure, and it is good to have two different versions of him, the one with the metal legs and without. Now, I don't think I'll get the Maul or the Clone Wars version. I'm happy with these two right here. These are my two definite versions of Darth Maul. Good pickup. Like I said, if you can get them, go ahead and get them. I would recommend getting them because, like I said, this is the original version of him, and this is the best version, in my opinion, of Darth Maul. This is the version of Darth Maul I know and love, and maybe love the character. So people, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed the figure. Like I said, I know this is an oldie, but it's new in my collection. And when I try to do my reviews, it's usually for any new figures I have that's going to be added to my collection. So that's what I would love to try to share with you guys and ladies. And if you have the figure already, then it's fine. I know a lot of reviews are done for this figure already because it came out a long time ago. But like I said, into my collection for the first time, so I had to give him the dedication that all my other figures get and do a quick video review on him. So as always, if you enjoyed the review, please hit the like, subscribe button. Click that bell notification to get notified for upcoming reviews and upcoming video shorts I'm going to start doing. As always, people, keep collecting. Be safe. Stay good. Dale.